share my screen real quick. And I want you guys to be able to hear and see exactly how powerful of a season we're in right now. And so, one of the things that we're super excited about in our business right now is we have a disruption happening in the healthcare industry, especially. Several of the services we represent are great, but this one particularly is what we're passionate about because we have something that works better and feels better than insurance. And when I say disruption, many of us are familiar with what that might mean, but or what maybe some companies out there, but imagine what Blockbuster did to Netflix, right? Imagine what Airbnb. I'm sorry, Netflix did to Blockbuster, the other way around, right? Airbnb did to hotels and Ubers to taxis, et cetera, et cetera. That's the kind of disruption we're in the midst of right now in the healthcare space. And our company, Impact Health Sharing, is the absolute essential service that we feel so passionate about. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a quick video that's going to share a little bit about what we do straight from the CEO of this company. And then we're going to talk about the business and of what this brings to the table as well as other services. So I'll be right back as I play this quick video.
Hi, I'm Phil Chrysler, President and CEO of Impact Health Sharing. Healthcare sharing began in churches. You were asked to contribute to help Bob and Sue with their ailment. People passed the hat and you contributed what you could to help your fellow member in need. Then, fast forward, you saw great things occurring in the Amish and Mennonite communities doing exactly the same thing. Then it got a little more formalized in the 80s with some religious-based organizations. And then the Affordable Care Act came along. That's really what propelled to its modern day growth. You remember the individual mandate penalized you with a tax if you didn't have health insurance. But if you were a member of certain healthcare sharing organizations, you didn't have to pay that. Now we know the individual mandate has, of course, been reduced to zero. But in the meantime, healthcare sharing grew over 1,000% in the last decade alone. Why? Because it's an alternative to the high cost of insurance. Typically, you'll pay 30 to 50% less. Some reasons why? We're not for profit. So we have no profit motives that typically cause conflict between members, providers, shareholders, and the executive team. None of that exists with healthcare sharing and certainly with Impact. You can stop overpaying, my friends. Here's an important statistic to understand why. Department of Health and Human Services says about 5% of the population account for nearly half of the healthcare spending that occurs in this country. Majority are healthy. They're overpaying, though, for the non-healthy. Insurance has become really no longer affordable. 80% of U.S. adults rate lowering their healthcare costs as their top concern. So why Impact? Well, we're rooted in the Love Thy Neighbor approach, which allows us to welcome all races, all religions, all colors, all creeds. We were the very first healthcare sharing entity to launch this patented technology platform that really provides 100% transparency. This had never been done before in healthcare sharing, certainly not in health insurance. We have member-owned accounts. That way the money stays in your account. We have no network. You get to see any doctor you want. Again, providing full transparency on how all the money moves is something we're really, really proud of. And, of course, you have no open enrollment restrictions. Membership begins the first of every month. You just got to finish that application by the last day of the previous month. We also have great pricing and programs for individuals, for families, for seniors, and for groups. And remember, friends, it's a comprehensive program for your health. So we have preventative services, maternity, accident, illness, and of course, injuries. You have access to telemedicine and an industry-leading prescription drug pricing program. Here is a quick video that highlights the opportunity for all of us to be a disruptor in the industry. Enjoy.
So that gives you a little bit of a glimpse of how amazing our service is. And I'm so glad that ACN saw a partnership possibility here with this program, Impact Health Sharing, especially during the pandemic when our healthcare system here in the United States was largely exposed. So I want you guys to take a look, take a screenshot of this comparison chart that gives you an idea of how Impact compares to traditional health insurance. See, most of us, we were already familiar with high monthly premiums, high deductibles, limited networks that we were forced into. And it just, these for profit industries always felt like they were in it for them rather than for us. And so ACN's partnership with Impact Health Sharing changed all of that, where not only are we seeing some massive savings, we're seeing much lower deductibles. We call them primary responsibility amounts. You're actually able to choose from any doctor of your choice. There's no network involved here. You can choose anyone. Industry leading prescription pricing, as you heard. You can visit a doctor 24/7 virtually without any extra fees. How about mental health coverage? All of these things are so essential. And what we're seeing, especially for people who are responsible for their own healthcare costs, we're seeing savings from anywhere from 30 to up to 70% compared to going traditional with their health insurance. So we're very excited about that. Now let's talk about the marketing parent company, ACN, where this company gives us the ability to market that service and others through their customer acquisition opportunity. It's been around since 1993. We do business in 27 countries with billions of sales and millions of customers acquired, and we're the world's largest when it comes to essential services that we get a chance to offer, like the healthcare program, right? So all the recognition and accolades were already there. When I saw this, I was so excited to see that there's a company with a track record that I could trust and just align with. And so all the services that we represent for homes, businesses, individuals, these are things that I was already paying and everybody I knew on the planet were already paying, such as cell phones, cell phone service, internet, television, electricity and natural gas, healthcare, the thing we're so passionate about, right? Security and automation for homes and businesses, credit card processing, even travel and identity theft protection. Those are services that we're helping a lot of people with. And if you look here in the middle of the screen, you're probably going to see some logos that you recognize. So what we do, ladies and gentlemen, is through our own personal website, we get a chance to connect customers to all of these brands and companies around the world. And every time we do that, we get paid bonuses as well as every month those bills are paid, which is super exciting. Okay. In addition, there are amazing services that we can even get for free on top of the fact that we're making money on them all. So once we acquire 12 Energy or now, we actually qualify for our free energy program, which I know later in the training we're going to talk about further. But put in the chat if you happen to have your free electricity or free natural gas. We want to know who you are that eliminated your bills simply because you were able to help other people reduce their costs as well. It's an incredible program through our partner Zoom Energy. Now, every time that we connect a customer to any of the services you saw, we actually also donate a meal to feed a hungry child in that community through Feeding America. And we fed millions of kids through everything that we're doing here. So business model, it's very simple. It's relationship marketing. Instead of ACN paying millions of dollars in advertising for things we don't watch or don't look at anyway, ACN said, hey, what if you guys partner with us, build your business under our umbrella, and we'll pay you those marketing dollars instead and pass savings on to your customers, pass promotions or better value for them. It's a win-win situation where we can build our business just by word of mouth marketing, which is so much more effective, right? So how we get paid, these are things you're going to want to take a picture or screenshot of, because for the customers we personally acquire, we get paid bonuses every time we get a handful of services. So for our first 5 that we connect, they're going to pay us a $200 bonus. Then every additional 3 services after that, we get paid an extra $200, no limit, right? So my wife and I connected everything we could in our own household, which represented about 8 services. We paid ourselves a bonus. So as you can see there, 8 services is $400 for being our own customer. And then talking to everybody else, friends, families, clients, people that are in the real estate space every time there's a closing, right? All of these things. And then those of us in the healthcare world right now, helping people with their healthcare costs, you can get these same bonuses helping families and people get better healthcare options, right? But even better than that, every month that any of those bills, whether they're individual, residential, commercial, doesn't matter, every month that they're paid, we actually earn a recurring residual income based on the percentages available through this business and off of each bill that we acquire. So we get paid up to 20% of what's called the commissionable revenue of each bill. So every month we're getting paid significant portions of those bills that we submit. And here's the cool thing, remember, it's not just homes and apartments. These are bigger businesses that we can also refer. If you know any business owners that have bigger energy bills, or maybe they want to cover their employees with their health care, right? We have that availability here as well. So there's no limit how many personal customers you can connect. But better than that, for those of us that are busy and that love to collaborate with other people, we have the ability to invite other people to take a look at what we're doing here. And just because we help someone else do the exact same thing, acquire customers, earn bonuses, earn residual income, we actually get paid 4% of the customers that our team acquires. So in forming a team, everybody gets paid their own bonuses and residuals, but because they came through us, through our connections, and it continued to grow from there, we get paid a piece of all of their customers, as well as bonuses depending on your position in this company. You're going to learn more about that here in training as well. But every time that we help new people reach their first promotion in this business, we get paid bonuses, as you can see there down at the bottom, based on our position. And so we've got people here that are making some significant money. We've got people here just looking for some supplemental income. We've got people looking to replace their current incomes at their jobs and maybe retire a spouse, or, walk away and have more flexibility and time. Then we've got people who've been able to create something so significant that it changed the direction of their last name. So whatever it is that you're looking here for, you can accomplish it with time, with effort, and following the simple system. And how we get started, it's a one-time enrollment of $299 plus $25 a month. Now, as an agent myself, I spent thousands of dollars more, right, Carrie? Right, David? Thousands just to get into real estate, to call myself a realtor. So when I saw this, I was just so excited that I could start making global money through this website they were going to give me, and all the marketing materials and tracking and reporting. All the support was already there for us. They even give us rebates and savings for a lot of stores we already go to. All we do, ladies and gentlemen, is once we sign up as independent business owners, we just help connect customers, help them get better value or find some great things through our storefront, and we teach other people how to do the exact same thing. And that's the beauty of this system, is we're in business for yourself, never by yourself. Just like I'm the one doing the presentation in front of 29 other people, right? Not all 29 people have to do the presentation. We work this as a team and collaborate together. So that's the presentation, guys. We're going to jump into the training with some world-class leaders that I promise you, if you take notes and take pictures, you're going to get so much value out of. And that's the beauty of what we have here in this amazing system of ACN. So I have the absolute privilege to introduce a powerful leader, someone who's helped countless people have success globally, including myself. And he's someone that not only has had success in business, but even more importantly, who he is as a man of integrity, as a man of faith, a great, great friend, and someone who's changed the direction of my life just by his presence. That's none other than Regional Vice President, Mr. JT Thomas. JT, call is yours, brother.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Marshall. And guys, could we give Mr. Marshall a round of applause for showing us the plan, showing us the business model, guys. And he won't say this, but he's one of the most incredible people you will ever meet. So I definitely, if you're working with him and you definitely had the privilege of definitely reaching out to him, definitely you will see what I'm talking about. So thank you again, Marshall. So guys, I get the opportunity to start our training off, but before I get started, just take copious notes, guys. Have your notepad out, because we're going to go over, it's going to go fairly quickly, okay? But that's okay, right? For the first time, this may be kind of daunting to you, but that's okay. Just keep taking notes, guys, and keep coming back to the training. So let's dive in. But before I get started, my background is in business, guys. I started in insurance. So you guys obviously know how important healthcare is to me, coming from that field. And just looking at what we're doing with Impact, guys, it's so big, and what we're doing, and I'm super excited about it. So let's talk about the compensation, because in my opinion, if you don't understand the compensation plan, in this business, you won't take it seriously. See, learning the compensation plan will motivate you, that will take you from hobby money to business owner money to legacy money. Okay, so let's talk about the compensation plan now. And compensation is only earned in ACN when customers are acquired. So you must acquire customers. Doesn't matter how many people you talk to. If you do not get customers, there is no revenue, there is no feeding children, there is no free electricity. So the first thing you want to do if you're new on this call, if you're brand new looking at this for the first time, is you want to set a goal today to be what we call customer qualified. And all that is 5 services and 10 points, guys. So make sure you write that down. 5 services, which is 5 bills, and 10 points. All right. That'll generate your first check of $200. You get your first promotion and payout. You're eligible to receive residual income, and you graduate to the Friday Night Leadership. Now, let's talk about the 2 ways that we make money. The first way is residual income. Now, you earn residual income. That's reoccurring income that comes in month after month, year after year. Okay. Now, you get personal customers that you currently acquire yourself. And then you're also, your team is going to get customers. So you can earn residual income when your team is acquiring customers. Number 2, customer acquisition bonuses. Now, these bonuses are paid out weekly. So with the bonuses, you get bonuses for customers you currently get this week. And then as your team is acquiring customers, you also are able to receive bonuses, guys. So again, you must be customer qualified to get these bonuses. Now let's talk about the reoccurring income. But the first thing I want to share with you guys is there is a point system. So I want everybody to take a picture of this screen because there are points attached to each service. And the 6 we focus on are these 6 that are highlighted here. And you want to make sure you highlight those 6 services because those are going to pay you the most and pay you long term. Okay, so everybody take a picture of that. We'll get into that in a second, but just remember the points, guys. I want you to make sure you understand the points. And the reason why points are important is because they have a tier system. Now, I want you to write this down if you're new on this call. There are no monthly quotas. You do not have to do this every month. So you don't have to hit a certain monthly sales quota, none of that. This is when it's cumulative. So when you hit that threshold, you just need to maintain it. So as you can see, 7 to 39 points will get you at 3% of the residual income that comes in month after month, year after year, right? Well, when you hit 40 to 59 points, that's 5%. And then 60 to 99, 10%. And then as you see 200 points, as long as you maintain 200 points, guys, you make 20% of the spend of those bills. Now, this is important because guess what they do? They go back to the points and the services you put in from day one and they increase, okay? So again, it starts from day one, guys. Put in those services and you will get up to 20% month after month, year after year. People pay those bills, including your own bills, all right? So go for 20% right away. Might write this down. Go for it in 90 days. You know, shoot for that goal in 90 days. Try to shoot for it as fast as possible. Now let's talk about overriding residual. Now this is the residual that your team is acquiring customers. You're able to receive residual income off of those customers that pay a bill. Now the first 2 levels you see, you must have 25 personal customer points, meaning services that you personally acquired, not your team. And then as you can see, once you get to 75 personal customer points, you are able to receive 4% of all 5 levels that are in your business. Guys, go regional vice president and higher, you get paid beyond 5 levels, okay? So that's overriding residual. Now, I want to show you guys a quick video. Now, this is a gentleman who owns a company, and we were able to help him. He has 130 employees. And I want you to take a look at this because as you look at overriding residual income, imagine you could earn 4% because you talked to this individual about healthcare and impact health. So guys, I'm gonna show this video and I'll be back. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you can hear the video.
Thanks, Harsh. I appreciate you having me on the call. Yeah, I've been in the aerospace industry going on 40 years. We have 130 employees between 2 facilities, one here in Connecticut, one in Fort Worth, Texas. And we currently are offering, sorry, We currently are offering Impact as an option to our standard insurance offering with Cigna. And we have 9 employees that have taken advantage of that so far. Others are very interested. And just with those 9 employees, we're saving $7,000 a month over what it would have cost us with Cigna. Not only that, but this past year, our renewal with Cigna was over $1 million. And we got a quote from Impact. And if all of our employees switch to Impact, that cost would be $360,000. So I don't know if they're all going to switch, but that number looked pretty enticing to me. On top of the things that Craig said about the great service and member-centric approach that Impact has, it's been a great thing. I love introducing this to other business owners because they can take advantage of the savings, they can take advantage of the residuals, and give back more to their employees.
Wow. So guys, I want you to think about that for a second as we move on down to the compensation plan. But the thing I want you to think about is this was a business owner that was able to save up to $700,000 on their healthcare. Imagine you business owners that are on the call, you saving millions. There's people that have well over 130 employees. Okay. So this is what we're looking at. But imagine you share this with a business owner and they're able to save $700,000. And you're able to get a small percentage of those healthcare plans. Guys, that will change your life. That $360,000, that is over $14,000 in residual income coming in, guys. That it will change your life. Definitely change some things that is going on. So let's talk about the positions. Now, this is your business plan. Now, your business plan goes from left to right. You start from customer qualified, which is CQ, all the way to platinum senior vice president. But you want tonight, if you're new, you want to focus on going regional director. Just write that down. I want to focus on regional director. All right. Now, the first position is customer qualified. Remember, we talked about this earlier. So as your customer qualified, remember, all that is 5 services, 10 points. Somebody put that in the chat. 5 services and 10 points, please. Because I want everyone to realize that is the most important position that you want to go as soon as possible. Now, when you're customer qualified, remember, you do qualify for customer bonuses. All right. So remember this. I don't want to go into this further, but just take a picture of this. Remember, every few customers, you're able to earn bonuses on those customers. So imagine getting paid up front for getting customers. So you must be customer qualified for that to happen. Now, let's talk about the next position. The next position is executive team leader. Now, at executive team leader, all that means is you have 30 combined points. Remember, not services, points. So when you're combined 30 points between yourself and your team, now, yes, you can do this by yourself, but I would recommend you do this with a team of 30 points. You now make $50 for every new person that enrolls in your business, and they get a handful of customers. So let's take a look at the numbers. If you help 10 people this month, remember, this is part-time spare time, guys, around your schedule, in the cracks of your schedule. You help 10 people enroll, they get a few customers. When they make money, you're able to receive compensation, $500 extra. Again, there's some people that do 20 or more, but I'm just giving you an example. Now, when you are executive team leader, if you got started in the month of November, that's why you want to start this month. You have 30 days to hit this bonus. They're going to pay you a fast start bonus of an extra $500 for achieving executive team leader. So write that in your notes. You want to go executive team leader in your first 30 days. Okay. Everybody got that? Write that down. Executive team leader in 30 days if you're new on this call. All right. Now, regional coordinator is the next position. You heard from a regional coordinator earlier. There's a lot of great regional coordinators on this call. All that means is they've got 200 points between themselves and a team. Okay. Now, yes, you can do this by yourself. 100% you can. But I recommend you help a team do this and you do it together. Now you see the bump of $150 every time a new person enrolls and they get a handful of customers. Now look at these numbers. This is just an example. If you help 20 people this month get a handful of customers, ladies and gentlemen, that could be an extra $3,000 on top of the residual income that comes in month after month, year after year. Okay. So again, very good part-time, spare time business just generating you great revenue. Now let's talk about regional director. Regional director is 600 points. Now there's some regional directors on the call, and just hold on. You're going to hear from a regional director after my training, but that's 600 points between yourself and your team. All right. Now, yes, you can do it by yourself, but I recommend you doing it with a team. And ladies and gentlemen, you now make $250 every time you help someone become customer qualified, get a handful of customers. Now let's look at the numbers. This is just an example. And I'll give you an example, guys. We had someone in our organization that did this 3 times, okay, in 1 month. They had 100 people that got started and became customer qualified. But for this example, let's just say you help 30 people. And remember, you're not doing this by yourself. You're not doing this by yourself. You're doing this as a team. Ladies and gentlemen, if you help 30 people become customer qualified in their first 30 days, that's $7,500 extra dollars on top of your business, on top of your job, and whatever else you got going on a very spare time, part-time basis, guys. That's outside of residual income. So again, very, very powerful position. And this is what I want to end this on. Ladies and gentlemen, the customer bonus is in the front. They're going to fuel your business. But let me tell you something. When you become regional vice president, the bonuses are cute at that point because you care about residual income. Ladies and gentlemen, residual income is the reason we are all here. That is the reason why we help people get customers and we help create these stories. But write this down if you're new tonight. The only way you move up is you help a lot of people. So write that down. You must be able to help a lot of people. That's all. That's all we do here. All right, to make this simple. So without further ado, I hope you guys are excited about the compensation plan, but I'm going to go into another part and bring up someone who's going to talk about customers. Because remember, without customers, guys, there is no revenue. So you want to pay attention. If you didn't pay attention to my training, pay attention to this gentleman. He's incredible. He's a regional director. So you saw the numbers on that. He's in real estate, has done very well for 20 years in real estate, but he loved this concept. And that's none other than regional director, Mr. David Olivares. Mr. David, the virtual stage is all yours, buddy.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you, Mr. Thomas, for your compensation training. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for always going the extra mile and putting this together for us. You're a great friend, great brother in Christ, and excited to work alongside you. So now we're going to go into how to get your customers, because at the end of the day, if you don't have customers, you've got no team and you've got no money. So let's go ahead and definitely take notes. And keep in mind, we do this every Tuesday at the same time, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, right? That way, in case you don't catch everything, that's okay. You want to come back, and the more you watch it, the more you retain information, and you're going to become an expert in this business, right? We're all growing and learning. So let's start making money today or tonight. So my background is in real estate. I took a look at this business at first because you see all the services you see right there. Every service that my clients were going to buy, every service that is shown here, my clients were going to be getting it. So why not get them from my website? So a quick tip right there, make friends with people in the real estate space, right? Now, even though you see a bunch of services right there, there's a few services that we focus more on. These are the top 6 most simple and lucrative services, right? Identity theft protection, it definitely, in my opinion, it's a lot better than the Norton, right? Of course, electricity, our security system, we get a promotion we're going to talk about in a minute. Our impact health sharing with open enrollment right now, and our cell phone services, and our travel savings membership. And we have more services that are actually coming in 2024, right? Now, how do you find your first few customers? You want to keep it super, super simple. Highlighted in red is you. It just makes sense. Whatever services make sense for you to switch over, that way you can be your own customer, do that, right? Next is people who say no to your business, prospects. Not everybody's going to say yes to your business. That's okay. It's a win-win situation. If they don't want to make money with you, they can be your customer for the plethora of services that we have. And then everybody else. We have a special approach that we use because we work within the warm market. In other words, people that you know, relationship marketing, favor, why, help, support. But when you're new, you want to concentrate on these two sources. You want to get paid fast. Like Mr. Thomas said, get your 5 services fast for your $200. You only have one set of 30 days. How is that first 30 days going to look, right? And of course, people will say no to your business. Now, think like a business owner. This is a mind shift for a lot of us, right? Create belief in your services. Learn the sign up process. That's a website right there that you want to make a note of. There's a lot of information, some of the technical information. And of course, you want to get paid up to 20% on your services. Makes sense. Don't leave money on the table. And you go from selling to sharing. Nobody likes to be sold, but it's a different approach when you're sharing something or when somebody shares something with you. Next, for those of you who like free things, I saw the chat lighting up. A lot of you all who had either free cell phone service or free electricity. When you get 5 identity theft protection accounts, in addition to yours can be up to free every month. On the electricity, once you saw in the presentation that Mr. Marshall shared, 12 gas or 12 energies can give you up to free electricity and gas every single month. And for those who can't leave home without your phone, if you get 5 cell phone accounts, you get a free line for every 5 cell phone accounts with Flash Mobile. Now, this Vivint Home Smart Security System, and it's also good for businesses, ends this Friday. Free installation, a free doorbell with a purchase of at least 1 camera. The customer gets a $150 gift card, and you, the IBO, the independent business owner, gets $100, right? Don't forget the promotion, Turkey 23. Gonna make me hungry. Now, these are some extra promotions that we have right now ending this month. So in some states, we only have gas. In some states, we only have electricity. In some states, we have both. Take a screenshot of this, that we can remember it. So let's just say an example in combination with the bonuses that Mr. Thomas showed you. If you get 6 homes, if they have only gas, 6 gas accounts is 200. Electricity only, that's 400. If gas, electricity, that's 1,200, and so forth, right? Moving on next. Open enrollment right now. Take advantage of this, ladies and gentlemen. You saw that video earlier. It's a works better, feels better than insurance, brings community and technology together. Impact, health, sharing. Now, when you're new, there's an open book questionnaire with 15 questions that you need to answer. Very easy, right? You don't need a traditional health insurance license to be able to market Impact, right? Impact is in 47 states. Keep in mind that you have to do this accreditation every 12 months. And if you're new, get with whoever you're working with and we'll help you alongside this. These are some savings examples of Impact Health Sharing. This particular customer was charged $36,643.15. Impact renegotiated, in other words, they repriced this customer's bill, knocked it down to $9,400 pretty much, and $8,300 was approved for sharing. In other words, the customer only had to pay about $1,000 out of pocket. That's a big amount for somebody who had a bill that started at almost $40,000. Next is another example. Check out this one. $200,000 really knocked down almost $180,000 down to $20,000. Now, how do you get Impact Health Sharing customers? You need to say something. If you don't say anything, you're never going to make anything, right? Are you open to getting a free quote on your healthcare cost? Everybody is in this mode. How we say you don't want to be selling Christmas trees in July. Right now, everybody has this at the forefront, right? They're going to choose somebody, so why not have them consider Impact? If they say yes, you're going to go to your website. So you get credit. You give them a quote based on the oldest family member in the household. If they like what they read there, they can sign up. If they have questions that you don't feel like you're ready to answer, there's a little field where you can submit their information on your website. They'll get a call back within 24 to 48 hours and they get all the questions answered, and then they can make the decision if they want to sign up as your Impact customer. Please set the right expectations. Impact is not health insurance. It's an alternative way to the high cost of private health insurance. Now, for those who want to really be experts in Impact, every Tuesday morning at the time that you see here, Regional Vice Presidents Jeff and Melissa Street do this Q&A webinar for us. Next, a special approach. This is the secret sauce to acquiring customers and retaining customers. Because if you try to get them on the savings at first, if you open with that, the moment somebody knocks on the door, tells them they can give them a better deal, you're going to lose them, right? But if you approach them with this approach, they now they know why they're helping you. It's going to be a little hard for them to switch because they know that they're making a difference in your life. Trust me, I learned this the hard way when I first started, and my regional director said, you know, they're saying, if you fail the first time, go back and do what your coach told you to do the first time. And when she told me that, I was like, whoa, thank you. But I gave her permission to tell me that. Now, we're going to do a little bit of role playing. Take a picture of this. And you don't want to sound like a robot, but keep it in the framework. Let's see, who can help us out? Mr. Darrell, would you care to help us out with this role playing for our team here? Are you on, Mr. Darrell? Okay, well, Miss Jessica, could you help me out?
Sure.
Awesome. We've got regional coordinator, Miss Jessica Vargas, who's going to help us with this role playing. So wonderful. Okay, I'm not going to be too formal because Miss Jessica, she's my friend, right? So, okay, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Jessica, how's it going? Got a minute?
Hey, David. Yes, sir. What's going on?
Awesome. Hey, you know what? I'd like to see if can you do me a huge personal favor?
Okay.
Look, I started working with a company that offers essential services and new technology in healthcare, and I'm very excited about it. It would mean the world to me if you would consider being one of my customers. Look, the reason I'm doing this, Jessica, is because you know me. I've been doing real estate for a very long time. I like it, but I'm kind of getting burnt out. I'm never home. I'm time broke. And I'm very excited about what I saw, and I really feel it's going to help me out. So I'm running towards a promotion. I'm almost there, Jessica. I need to get a few more customers by midnight tonight. Would you do me a huge favor, support me, and maybe become one of my customers?
Oh, wow. Yeah, of course. I would love to, David. You've been such a good friend of mine, and I'm sorry that you're going through this hardship right now. And I know the feeling being burnt out. So count me in. Show me what you got, and I'll help support you.
You are the best, Jessica. Can I get you a quote on your healthcare cost?
Oh, yes, of course. I don't have healthcare.
Cool. Let's give Miss Jessica a round of applause. Now, very simple, kept it natural. I made it my own. And what I told you was the truth of what I, told people when I approached for my customer when I got started. Because I was time broke. Money's not everything. Time is pretty valuable. Now, to close this segment, to learn faster and get more customers, start with being your own customer. Makes sense. Start with mastering 2 to 3 services, right? Don't overwhelm yourself. Master the approach, the favor, why, help, try, role play. Practice makes perfect, right? There's a video. If you need this, get from whoever who you're working with, right? And now we're going to teach you how to build a team of customer getters. And we're going to go all the way to the state of Michigan with business owner, entrepreneur, top producing regional director, Mrs. Estella Williams, Digital Sage Sawyers.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. David, for that amazing training. And I'll tell you what, I'm back here getting some awesome notes. Those were amazing gold nuggets that you threw out. And for those of you working with Mr. David directly, understand you are in a blessed situation. Again, my name is Estella Williams. A little bit about myself. Prior to my getting involved with the company, like Mr. David said, you know, I was time broke. I was working multiple jobs. I was a traditional business, and I was a business owner as well. When I saw this opportunity, I didn't have time to do this business, but I didn't have it, you know, literally I needed this opportunity. So I got involved with the company on a very part-time basis, literally, you know, 5 minutes here and there, 10 minutes here and there, in a very minimal cracks and crevices of my very busy schedule. And over time, you know, along the way, I got married, and my husband and I today are very blessed to be able to work this business together. We've been blessed to not only been blessed by this opportunity, but we've been blessed to be a blessing to countless individuals nationally and internationally. And we get to work with individuals, these amazing leaders that you all have heard here tonight, like Mr. JT and Mr. Marshall, Ms. Jessica, you know, and others that are on this call. So it's just an amazing opportunity. And I'm going to be sharing with you all how to build a team. So if you're ready, say I'm ready. All right, let's go. Okay, so building a team, when you start the business, one of the things you know, as you've heard Mr. David, you've heard Mr. JT share with you the steps and things that you needed to do. But we want you to understand out of the gate, this is not a business that you're going to do solo. This is a team effort. So you want to launch your business. You don't want to just start your business. You want to launch your business just like a rocket takes off. You want to launch your business like that. And, you know, so when you get started, you want to book your meeting, book a Zoom meeting ASAP, or now that we're doing some in-person again, book your home meeting within your first 48 hours. Set a time that is good for you and for your speaker. So don't worry about trying to appease your guests. Because it's just like, I want you to imagine when you got married, or when your graduation was, or your, you know, open house, or, you know, I'm sure all of us have had various events. You basically set the date and you send out the invitation. And this is the same mindset that you want to have here. Set the time that works for you and your presenter. And then, you know, based on that, you want to start inviting. You're going to make a list of 100 names and numbers. Now, when you're making this list, what you do not want to do, I encourage everybody on this call, this will be the death of your business. Do not prejudge. One of my mentors, Miss Debbie Davis, said, prejudging will cost you millions. So do not prejudge. Now, when you're making that list, you want to have your A list. Start with your A players. Now, who are the A players? Business owners. Well, it doesn't matter what type of business they're in, because see, business owners are used to making business decisions. They do it all day. So you want to start with business owners. Then you want to put down network marketers, regardless to what type of network marketing experience they had, whether it was, you know, selling, you know, vitamins, jewelry, coffee, it does not matter. See, when they see this opportunity, they get the whole concept of what we're doing. So when they see this, they're generally truly excited with what we have our hands on. And then you want to put down $100,000 plus earners, because although they may be working a salaried position or working a job, they're working that job as though they own that company. So you want to put down those individuals as well, because they're typically in their management minded and their leadership minded. So you want to put them down, and then put everyone else, because there has not been a test designed to measure the desire of a man or woman's heart. So see, there are some people out there that, although they may not fall in any of these first three categories, there are some people out there that are just hungry, who have just been praying for an opportunity, and you can be the answer to those prayers. And then you want to invite. So when you start, when you make it, once you've made that list, you're going to start making phone calls to invite. Once you've practiced with your coach or your mentor, now I want you to understand, so that you don't get discouraged, only 50% of what you invite is going to show up. That's just the way this works. So this is why you want to over invite. Even with the confirmations, only 50%. 50 to 75% are going to show up. So that's why you want to go after this thing with, go very quickly and with gusto and put a lot of people on your list. The person that has the most people on their Zoom presentation or in their living room they're going to have the most success. So you want to do that and work fast to make that happen, because that's going to help you have some success right out of the gate. And remember, we're creating your story. You want to have a very powerful story. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to share with you all the $1 million words that work. See, some of you may, play the lottery. This is your winning lottery ticket right here. So I'm going to ask Miss Carrie if she would to unmute herself and role play with me. Now, Miss Carrie is not just, she's my friend. So when I call her, I shouldn't have a problem asking her for a favor. So when I call her, I want you to, you all to understand, when you're calling your people, don't be weird. Don't be fake. Don't be robotic. Be you. Be natural. This is why you need to write out this script, write these words out. See, how many of you remember when you were growing up, you had to learn Easter speeches and different speeches for school and for church and things of that nature? How many besides? Okay, you all want to make me seem like it was just me. Okay. All right. So you want to have this same mindset when you're learning this. Learn these words to where it just flows out of your mouth as though you wrote it. All right. So I'm going to call Miss Carrie up. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Carrie, this is Estella. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, girl?
I'm awesome. Listen, I only got a minute, but listen, I know this is a very crazy question, Carrie. Do you look at other ways of making money?
Oh my gosh, girl, this real estate market's killing me. Yeah, yes. What you got?
Well, look, you already know my situation and story. I had that crazy accident and still healing from all of that. And this economy is just going sideways. And that's why I started looking. So I am so excited because I'm actually working with an individual that's having massive success expanding an online business with global essential services. His name is Mr. JT Thomas. Now, I don't know how I was able to do it, Carrie, but I actually was able to get him to give me about 15 to 20 minutes of his time tomorrow evening at 6:30 on a Zoom call. He's going to be sharing with me and just a small group that I'm personally inviting to what he's going to show us what he's doing. If I send you the link, can I count on you to jump on the call?
What is it about? What is it?
That is a great question, Carrie. Remember, now I'm going to pause here. I know it will be tempting, but for whatever you guys do not try to be the know-it-all. Please follow this. You want to write this out. This is how you want to respond. I know we're just used to answering and trying to tell everything we know. This is not what you want to do here. Be new. Carrie, that is a great question. As I mentioned, Mr. Jonathan Thomas, he's having massive success. And, I don't know the answers, but what I do know is that based on the success that he's having, he's going to be sharing everything with us on that Zoom call tomorrow. Now, it may or may not even be for you, but just trust me. And again, it's only about 15 to 20 minutes. So can I send you the link so we can evaluate it together?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you're learning it too. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be on here together. All right. So listen, Carrie, just so you know, either Mr. JT or someone from his executive office will give you a reminder call. So if you see a number you don't recognize, do me a huge favor. Make sure you take that call. And also, do me a favor, jump on about 5 minutes early to the call so that I can introduce you to Mr. Jonathan, to Mr. JT. I can't wait for you to meet him. He is so incredible. He's a servant leader. And as I said, what I love about him is that not only is he successful, everyone that works with him and follow what he's teaching, they're successful as well. But he's just so down to earth. I can't wait for you to meet him. So jump on the call about 5 minutes early, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you so much for thinking of me. I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. Now, this is what you don't do. Please take a picture. These are the words that don't work. Please don't get on the call telling people, well, you know, it's ACN, it's $2.99 plus $25, and they got they got healthcare, they got cell phone service, TV, home security, they got gas, electricity, and some kind of identity theft. Something about, you know, when people steal your stuff. You know, don't do that. Because see, when you do that, you're robbing that person of you're stealing that person's opportunity to be able to see the information in a professional manner and to be able to make an educated decision. And we don't have a right to do that. So basically what you're doing is you're giving a person a drink of water with a fire hose. That we don't do that here. So be professional and let everyone see the information, give them the respect that you were given. Now, please take a picture of this. This is a Zoom meeting checklist. Send a text message reminder to your guests 15 minutes prior to. And also make sure that you send the list of your guests to your speaker the day of so that they can be confirmed. Now, what the guests that you're going to send to the speaker are only the guests that said, yes, I will attend. Please do not send people that said maybe. Don't send people that said, I'll try. Because see, try is just a nice way of saying, no, I won't be there. So if people tell you they're going to try, say, listen, I really need to know. I need a definite yes, or because I only have a few select spots. So if you're not going to be able to make it for certain, I need to know so that I can put someone else in that spot. So make sure that you get a firm yes. And then send that list over to your speaker. Make sure that you have a professional background and have your camera on. Your guests are watching you. Make sure that you have your lights on, test your microphone and video. Welcome the guests as they come on and introduce your presenter. Have energy and enthusiasm when you're introducing your speaker. Ask everyone to hold their questions until the end, and then make sure that you pay attention to the speaker and that also make sure that there are no distractions, and please don't interrupt the speaker, whatever you do. And most importantly, have fun and keep it professional. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is my part here. Our call to action is let's complete a Zoom meeting for you within the next 24 to 48 hours. Let's everyone get a Zoom meeting on the books so that we can help everyone march into Dallas with some huge success and close out this year strong before we go into Dallas. And so with that, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce our next speaker, who's going to close out everything. You heard from him earlier. He's a champion, not only in business, but in life. He's a servant leader. So at this time, I'd like to bring back to the digital stage my business partner and brother, top producing regional vice president, Mr. Jonathan Thomas. Mr. Thomas, the call is over to you, sir.
Awesome. Well, great training, Miss Estella. Thank you for all you do and your leadership, and super excited to always be in business with you. And you're just such a great friend, and you do so well with your training. I'm like, man, I'm taking notes, and I'm like, man, she explains it so simple, but it's very impactful. Can we all agree, right? So thank you, Miss Estella, and thank you all the trainers and everyone who spoke tonight. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a little bit fast because I want to make sure I respect everyone's time. But I want everyone who can turn their cameras on, turn your cameras on, because I'm going to get real for you in a second here to really show you the power of what this business did for me and understand the system. Because see, wealthy people care about systems, guys. They don't care about making trading time for dollars. Listen, when I got started, guys, I was doing well financially, but the problem was I didn't have any time. So I cared about having a system. So if you can, definitely take notes. We're going to be very quick, but I want you to pay attention because this is the most important training of the entire training tonight. And I promise you, it will be worth it if you take good notes. So guys, let's get right back into the training. So let me go here. Let's talk about mindset and events. And again, mindset is super important because, again, without the proper mindset, guys, you will not succeed in anything. It doesn't matter if it's ACN or whatever it is, whether it's a relationship, job, whatever it is. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make a decision. The first decision you want to make tonight is to get involved with ACN, yes or no, right? So you want to do that first. So that's the first thing. is make a decision. The second decision is you want to make that decision to win an ACN. So you want to make that decision tonight. The second thing you want to do is determine your why. You know, why are you doing this business? The reason why I did this business is because my mother was sick at the time. She needed my time, right? She was sick with cancer. So for me, it was bigger than just money, it was time. So you want to write down tonight, if you're new, you want to determine your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you need to succeed? Why do you need to make $2,000 a month? Why do you need to make $5,000 a month? Why do you need to make 50 grand a month? Why do you need to make 100 grand a month? Whatever that number is, you have to determine your why on why you want to do that. Number three, you want to be coachable. You know, I realized in this business, I knew my business. I knew insurance, I knew consulting, but I didn't understand this business. So I had to get humble real quick and know that I had to be coachable to the people who already built this business and saw success, right? Number four, you want to have a work ethic. Number five, you want to learn to sort and never quit. Now, sorting is very important because for me, I had to learn this, guys. The thing is, number one, there's red apples, there's green apples, and brown apples. Now, or what we maybe call rotten apples. But we don't want to say they're rotten. We just say they're a little negative. All right. This is in this business, guys. So this is in whether they become your customer. Maybe there's people in your business that they're your business partner, right? Maybe there's people in your life that maybe they don't support your business. That's what these apples represent. So if they're a red apple, they're a red, what we call red lighters. They're going to say, yes, keep doing it. Keep going, Jessica. Keep going, Carrie. Keep going, Estella. Those are your red apples. But then there's going to be the green. They say, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know about being your customer. I don't know about joining the business. I don't know. You know, I just got some questions. These people are okay. But just know that they just have some questions and they're a little on the fence. That's okay. But the brown apples, the negative people, listen, love them from afar is what I would tell you. You have to understand that in business, guys, that some people are just not going to want to be with you. They're not going to come along with the ride. Some people are not going to understand the journey, but that's why God gave it to you. So you got to have that mindset today, guys. I want you to really get this. Now, there's going to be an emotional roller coaster. I'm going to go through this pretty fast. There's ups and downs in everything. You may talk to somebody today and they say, man, I want to get involved with what you're doing. You may talk to the next person and they say, man, I don't care about that thing. Somebody may, and then you call somebody else who's got, you know, they're worth a lot of money and they say, man, are you kidding me? You were scared to talk to me? I make a lot of money, but why do you think I'm in that position? Because I'm open-minded. And then you're back up again, right? So the emotional roller coaster, guys, it's normal. Just understand it's normal. There's things that I would tell you, keep the bar down. This is the normal thing. Focus on your why. Focus on what you're trying to do here. Now, here's the 4-step system, and I'm going to close this out. So the 4-step system is, to make this simple, you know, attend your quick start training, guys. You know, Tuesday, this is tonight. You're not going to know everything in one night, right? So you want to understand Tuesday, come back, come learn again, renew your mind, okay? Number 2, you want to get qualified. Remember, we talked about that earlier. You want to host a Zoom meeting. Number 3, you want to attend a leadership class. That's on Friday night. Now, you must be what? Customer qualified. 5 services, 10 points. You must be customer qualified to attend that class. And then the last thing, of course, is the Elevate event, guys. Events build your business. You do not want to miss that event. March in Dallas. It is March the 9th, March the 10th. You want to make sure you attend that meeting, guys. I'm not going to share the video because I'm going to share the time. I'm going to stop the time, but make sure you register for that since we're short on time, but make sure you register, guys. Make sure you register, $159. Make sure you get your accommodations out of the way, scan the QR code, and you want to make sure that you definitely get people to that event. Now, the last thing I want to end with as we end the call, and if you can turn your camera on, I would appreciate it. Because I want everybody to get understanding of system. Why this business is so powerful for you to do on a very spare time, part-time basis. Now, I want you to write in the chat, don't be like JT. Write that in the chat. Don't be like JT. Don't be a silly little IBO. I was a silly little IBO when I first started. Write that in the chat. Don't be like JT. Don't be a silly IBO. Don't be a silly business partner. Write that in the chat. Don't be a silly business partner. What do I mean by this? Well, when I first started, guys, I'll never forget, and I'm not talking to you guys because you're all champions. I'm telling y'all why I was a silly IBO when I first started. I was silly. I told my mentor one time, I came to a training like this today. And I said to him, I don't know, man, this seems like the same thing every week. Don't be silly like me. I said, seems like the same thing every week. Why do you talk about the same thing every single week? And my mentor said he asked me 2 questions, and I'm going to give them to you today. So everybody, you're getting a treat tonight because this is what I didn't know. The first question he asked me, he said, well, JT, are you here by yourself? I said, yeah, I'm here by myself. He said, oh, well, then that's why it's the same thing. So you believe in this opportunity. Why are you not sharing it with people? Oh, so you're selfish, JT. I said, oh, it hurt me a little bit. I said, well, I'm not selfish. I'm seeing success. Why aren't you sharing it with your team? Why aren't you going out there and bringing more people to see the opportunity? And it affected me, guys. I said, man, I'm so silly. I'm a silly IBM, right? Of course it's the same thing because I'm only thinking about myself because I heard it again. He said, he gave me a scenario, and I want someone to unmute. Let me just pick on somebody real quick. Someone, Miss Carrie. Miss Carrie's fairly new, if you don't mind me picking on you. I hope you guys are taking notes tonight because it took me 10 years to really understand the power of these events and basic training. But Miss Carrie, if you can unmute yourself, I'm gonna can you unmute? There you go. Hi, Miss Carrie.
Hello.
I'm gonna pick on you for a second.
I knew you were.
Now, Miss Carrie's fairly new. And I want you to understand why taking people these events every week are important. Miss Carrie, you're fairly new. Let's say you got started tonight. You're fairly new. And we do a meeting for you on Friday. And 10 people join your business on Friday. 10 people. Would you be excited?
I'd be like, oh my God, I need help getting them trained. Yeah, I'd be excited. I'm glad we have the support system we have.
So you would be excited, right? You're excited. 10 people enrolled into your business. Now, you said something key. You said, man, I need to get them trained. I can't train them. So you promoted the training for today, right? You promoted Tuesday and you told them, hey, you got to get to training, right? That's what you did, right?
Yeah.
Because you're a great IPO. You're not a silly one like me. What if I come to Tuesday training next week and I say, you know what, Miss Carrie, and everybody on this call, I'm tired. I don't want to talk about the same thing. Let's just talk about 5 services and 10 points and we'll get off of this call. Now, Carrie, how would you feel at that point?
Well, I would be sorting. And I'm like, sound like not the red apple we're looking for, but follow the system. Yeah.
Would you be upset if I came on a call and I said, I'm not going to train this week because I don't want to be the same every week. So I'm not going to train the same thing. I'm just going to say 5 services, 10 points. That's it. That's it. And here you are, you have 10 people that you promoted the training to get trained, and I changed it up all because of my selfish motive of not wanting to do the same thing every week to train them, and you wanted them to be trained.
Guess I'd learn how to do my own presentations.
But
Right?
guys, do y'all understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
See, if you don't have a system in place where people are getting trained without you, then the same everything every week, you're going to wish you had the same thing every week so they can know exactly what you know. But if you don't promote it every week and you think it's the same thing because you're by yourself, oh, you're gonna wish you had the same thing every week, right?
Yeah.
So thank you, Miss Carey. The other thing, the second question, and we'll be done. He said, JT, you're a silly little IBO, but I'm gonna humor you. He said, since it's the same thing and you already know, then how about you train? And when he said train, I said, oh, I was fumbling. I said, oh. He said, well, you train tonight. You know what I did when I trained, guys? I said, oh, 200 points, 10 points, 10 services equals 200 points, and you get 20%. You guys get where I'm going with this. See, it's a difference in sitting in the audience and actually being able to train what we're doing. It's a big difference. So ladies and gentlemen, as I close, don't be a silly little IBO. Don't be like JT. Understand the system, because the system is designed to help you build your business while you're on vacation, while you're doing your business or your job. It's designed so you can have leverage for letting us train your people every week. Everybody got it? Everybody understand the power of events and understanding basic training? All right, perfect, guys. So I'm grateful for all of you. I thank you so much. You guys are incredible. Go out, be a light, be champions. And as we jump into breakout rooms, guys, set a game plan for yourselves. I'm excited for all of you. Thank you so much for an incredible night. Remember, go out and be great, guys. Have a good night, everybody.